it feels there's a lot of pressure and it's terrifying, but it feels incredible. Those two awards especially are lovely compliments to receive, but more than anything, it's really lovely knowing that I've been included in a much longer list of people who are also going to do great things this year. The kind of having won those two awards is irrelevant, because the important thing to remember is that this year is going to be filled with great music, and those two awards, those two lists, featured some of the best music I think that's currently hanging around in the undergrowths of the music world, and they're going to come through, and we're going to have a lot of fun this year. I think it's going to be a really interesting year for music. The music that I write is I tend to write quite somber or kind of darker feelings and quite intense emotions. Especially I write about obsession a lot and being obsessed with another person, kind of because you're obsessed with yourself. I write about those issues quite a lot, but I try not to let the darkness get in the way of the music. I try and make those things feel enlightening and feel celebratory as best I can. Because as people, we're never feeling one singular emotion at a time. We're on a spectrum of all the different emotions that are available to us, and it's just depending on what chemicals are in our body that day and which ones are stronger than the others and things like that. So because of that, I try and make my music represent that in the best way I can. So though the lyrics might be quite dark, the music could be quite enlightening and like I said, celebratory. Because we're always in that constant state of battling our sadness with our happiness, and I think it's fun to try and create music that represents that. Worry came about actually from a session I did with a friend of mine. He's a producer who's on a couple of tracks on the record, a guy called Carascius Gold. He and I went into the studio together about 2.5 years ago. We're just really good friends. I went in thinking, we'll just have some fun and see what happens, and ended up coming up with Worry. Yeah, it was originally going to be we were going to write a K-pop song that we could have sent to someone like Justin Timberlake. Those were our incentives. That was our muse. And went in, and after the first day got the chorus of Worry down, and I sat there and kind of went, I think this could be something fun and interesting. And then a couple of days later we finished the song, and it ended up being pretty much exactly what's out in the world now. Yeah.